So as you begin to settle into your mat today, you can go ahead and bring the big toes together, let the knees drop out to the side, and then just allow your sit bones to drop back towards your heels, either bringing your forehead to the mat or turning your head to either side. Arms can be outstretched, really lengthening through the shoulders and both sides of the trunk, or you can tuck them back at your sides if that's more comfortable for you. If you do not have a block today, you could also use a rolled towel or any other small object of your choice if you need it for a prop today. So we'll start our practice with a couple of cleansing breaths, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Nice exhale through the mouth. One more time, breathing in deeply through the nose. Exhale, heavy sigh, let it out. And then just begin to deepen your breath. So as you come onto your mat today, I want you to think about just noticing your breathing. So in this time of uncertainty, increased stress, and challenge, it's nice to be able to stay grounded with something like our breathing. So I just want you to start to be aware of your breath. Noticing the sensations that you feel as you inhale and exhale. Noticing any movements in your body as you breathe a little bit deeper. And as you start to really take those longer breaths, the inhale and the exhale, notice any emotions that come up. Maybe it's a sense of relief, releasing that stress that's accumulated from the morning in the shoulders or the face. Maybe it's sadness. Maybe it's contentment. Maybe it's gratitude. Next, I want you to just do your best to release any thoughts and just really allow yourself to experience the breath. Mindfulness is the concept of being in the present moment, and we can think about using mindfulness to help us be more resilient. And I think if we need to be resilient at any time in our life, it's probably now. So I want you to think about cueing into the breath right now and really staying focused on being in the present, but also thinking about doing that as you move off of your mat this afternoon. Just kind of allowing yourself to take each hour, each minute, each task that you have at hand just for what it is. Staying present, being aware of what you can control. Using the breath to ground you. So as you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to set an intention for your practice today. Something that you would like to focus on, something that has meaning for you. Maybe it's self-care. Just dedicating this time for yourself. Maybe there's someone in your life that's really struggling right now that could use some positive energy. Whatever that is, bringing that intention into your heart, taking the next 2 or 3 breath cycles to really liven up that intention. And then we'll take one more cleansing breath, deep inhale through the nose, and big exhale through the mouth. And when you feel ready, you can start to make your way into tabletop, coming into hands and knees. You can do this with your eyes opened or closed, but drop the belly, lift the heart, come to cow pose. As you exhale, press away from the mat, rounding the spine, coming into cat. Start to coordinate that movement with your breath. So inhale, drop the belly, look forward, cow. Exhale, tuck and press back, engage the belly, cat. And take a couple couple more cycles at your own pace, allowing the tension to release from your shoulders, your face and jaw. Start to come into the spine a little bit here. Noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. And I invite you to be mindful of those areas as you practice today. Remember that everything that we're doing is an invitation, so there's nothing that you have to do. Good. If it's available to you, you can shift your hands a little bit more forward. On your inhale, come to cow, or let the front of your hips drop down, come to cobra pose. A little bit more of a back bend, lifting the heart. As you exhale, press through cat, release all the way back, extended child's pose. And either stay for a breath or two here, or flow right next into cow or cobra on your inhale, lifting your gaze, opening the front body. Exhale, press through cat, drop back, extended child's pose. 2 more cycles at your own pace here. Inhale, cow or cobra, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck, cat, extended child's pose. Inhale, cow or cobra, drop the front of the hips down, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck, release all the way back, extended child's pose. Good. Inhale, making your way back to that flat back position. Walk your hands over to the left corner of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, drop back towards your right heel. Nice side stretch here. Starting to breathe all along that right side body into the back, lower portion of your rib cage here, all the way down into that right hip. Either just holding, maybe some gentle oscillations if that feels good for you. Inhale, make your way back, neutral spine, switch sides, hands drop over to the right corner. Breathe in, exhale, sink back towards your left heel. Relax your head and neck here, yogis. And allowing that breath to flow into the left side of the trunk, all the way down into that left hip. Good. Inhale, making your way back. This time to tabletop. Go ahead and extend your left toes back. So keeping your toes down on the mat, float your right palm for a variation of cross body balance. Notice that your spine is straight here. You're drawing the belly in towards the spine. Think about reaching fingertips to heel, maintaining that flexion in your left foot. If you want an additional challenge, go ahead and float that heel without kind of dumping into your low back. So pulling the belly in. As you exhale, we're going to pull everything to the center. So curling in, rounding the spine. Inhale, find length. Heel to fingertips. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen and hold. Good. Release to tabletop. Breathe in. As you exhale, send your right toes back. Left palm floats, second side. Be mindful to keep a micro bend in that right elbow. That right glute is engaged, so your knee is straight. If you'd like, floating that right heel, pulling the belly in towards the spine. As you exhale, draw everything to the center around your spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release to tabletop. Go ahead and walk down to your forearms now. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and press back to dolphin pose. So this is a variation of downward facing dog, just on the forearms, very similar. Still creating that triangle shape through your body here. The focus is on sit bones lifting up and back, working towards straight knees and heels towards the mat, keeping that head and neck in line with your spine. It's a little bit gentler on the wrists, so if you have wrist troubles, this is a good option in place of downward dog once we get there later. Move your feet so they're about hips distance apart. Shimmy your feet back slightly. Bring your shoulders over your elbows. Come to forearm plank. So notice you're pressing into that middle part of your back. You're pulling your belly button in. Perfectly fine to drop your knees down to the mat, but continue to pull the belly in. Good, we're gonna come over to our left forearm. So you're gonna open to the right side wall, whatever space you're in. You can stagger or stack your feet. Notice the shoulder over elbow alignment here. Lots of choices. If you'd like, you can let that bottom knee drop down, focusing on a little bit of side body strengthening here. So outer hips, obliques, trunk stability. If you do have that left knee down, try lifting your right leg. Imagine pressing that heel back slightly to the wall or the space behind you. Good, go ahead and release that right leg down. Rotate back over to forearm plank in the center from your toes or your knees. Pull your belly in. Top of the head is forward. On your exhale, come over to the right side this time. Shoulder over elbow alignment, stagger or stack your feet. Remember, there's no comparison in yoga. Not that you can see your neighbor, but if you could. It doesn't matter if you're up on stacked feet or if your bottom knee is down. So do what works for you. Try to find that comfortable edge. If you have that bottom knee down, try floating the left leg, pressing that heel slightly back to engage the back of the left hip. Keep breathing as you lift. Use your exhale to rotate back to center. Good, go ahead and drop down. Come to hare pose. Kind of rounding your spine a little bit, keeping the pelvis lifted. Good, and then when you're ready, press into the hands, tuck the toes under, and find downward facing dog. Lifting your sit bones up and back. To check your spacing here, remember you're gonna draw the shoulders over the hands, come to plank, and then when you press back to down dog, you shouldn't need to modify your foot to hand position here. So spend a little bit of time here. Maybe walk your feet out towards the long edges of the mat, just pressing the heels down. Create some space and some length in the legs and the spine. Really ground down through your palms, so spreading the fingers nice and wide. Think about that spine alignment, head and neck in line with the rest of the spine. Either finding stillness in your down dog or inviting movement, whatever feels good for you. Eventually walking your feet back in so they're about hips distance apart. Inhale, sweep your left leg high, three-legged dog, reaching through the ball of the foot. And go ahead and invite some movement into that left leg. So maybe dropping the heel to the right buttock, making some circles through your knee or your hip, looking to the left. And then inhale, sweep that left leg high. As you exhale, step it forward for low lunge. So drop that back knee down. Inhale and walk or sweep your arms up. Lift your arms up, taking them out to a wide V shape here. Good. On your exhale, press the palms forward. Round out the mid-back, tuck the chin. Knees over that ankle on your front leg. Good. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up over your head. As you exhale, go ahead and twist to the left. So you're going to open your arms nice and wide to the left. Optional quad stretch here. You're going to bend your right knee. Reach back for that instep of your right foot. Perfectly fine to set that hand on the outside of your left leg as well. Keep lifting through your chest, the top of the head, feeling that nice openness into your right hip flexor and quad. Good. If you chose to grab the foot, release it. Inhale, reach both arms up back to center. And then as you exhale, drop your left arm down. Reach your right arm up and over. Side stretch here. Reaching those left fingertips for the floor. Good, inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, this time counter twist to the right. Nice wide arms. Softening your face and jaw. Inhale, reach your arms back up to center. Exhale, this time shift back, splits prep. So you're gonna keep your chest lifted, pull those left toes back, and just take a slight hinge over that front leg. So don't force it. If you don't have any blocks or props, just bring your hands to your thigh. Keep lifting through the chest. Maybe bend, point and flex that left foot, or rotate your leg. We're just beginning to open into that left hamstring a little bit. Good, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, shift back, plant your hands, and step back to downward facing dog. Connect with your breath here. Maybe raise and lower the heels. And then when you're ready, bring your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Inhale the right leg high, really reaching into that right ball of the foot. And then start to open into that left hip, maybe dropping the right heel towards your left buttock, circling out the knee or the ankle. Whatever feels good for you, just finding a little bit of movement and openness. Then inhale, sweep that right leg high. Exhale, step it forward, low lunge, second side. Left knee drops down. Walk or sweep your arms up. Tucking that tailbone under. Feeling a little bit of length into that left hip flexor. Go ahead and release your hands on top of the sacrum here. Interlace the thumbs, draw down and back. Pull the shoulder blades together, open the heart, lift the chin. Allow some breath to flow to the heart and the base of the throat. Good, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, this time take a twist to the right. Nice wide arms, spread your fingers nice and wide. We have that option to go ahead and grab that back foot. So you're gonna flex the back knee, reaching for the instep there. Remember, these are just options and choices that you do not have to do, so do what works for you. Keep breathing into your spine as you twist. If you chose to grab the foot, release it slowly. Reach your arms back up to center. This time, release that right arm down. Take your left arm, reach up and over, side stretch to the left. Breathing into that left front and side of the hip and left side body. Inhale, big sweep back to center. Exhale, this time counter twist to the left. Wide arms. Good, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, this time, go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Curl your back toes under, step forward to a forward fold, top of your mat. And let's take the feet out a little bit wider so they're towards the long edges of the mat. Toes turn slightly inward. Just sway that upper body a little bit from side to side.